Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Titanic. Battle Pirates Crow's Nest. What's going on? Tonight, we got with us, as always, we got Ross. Hello, Ross. We got RB.
Everyone, sorry, I had to
There.
mute the YouTube.
All right. We got RB.
Howdy, everyone.
We got Toxic.
G'day, how are we?
Apparently, we're at the time of the year where Australians don't work, I guess.
Yippee!
So what do you got? What's your holiday that you got? Because you got off like what, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something?
Yeah, it's Easter. Easter. Wait for the Easter bunny so I can get the eggs, get other people's eggs in their backyard. I'm right around the neighborhood here looking for eggs.
You get off 2 weeks for Easter? We're lucky if we get off a day for Easter.
Oh, yeah, you got to plan all that stuff ahead,
Cool. All right, do we want to do a raid wrap up? How everybody's raid went? If it changed any from Saturdays or no? Mine stayed pretty much the same because from Sunday afternoon up until Tuesday afternoon, I was out of town, so I didn't do any more raiding.
It didn't change a bit for me either. I just completed the minimal amount that I could originally, and I was already done by then. Yeah, I didn't do any more.
I ended up doing a fair bit. I was just hitting the 102s. I was getting those down to map repair. Not every time, but a lot of the time. There's a few simple movements that made a lot of damage if you stuffed it up.
So did you buy the flagship for the fleet that you'll never build so you can get to the lock store?
No, I didn't have to do that.
Oh, how come?
Because I got it in the TLC.
Oh, gotcha. You mean in the pillage, you mean?
Yeah, same with me. I had to pick it up in the pillage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I started late. And I couldn't really do anything because I only had three boats, but two with 2 armors and 1 with no armor. And for some reason, the one with no armor was only like slightly a little bit worse than what the ones with the armor were. Little did I know that it didn't matter how much armor you put on, the damage was to stay the same. I ended up buying that deal, which I now regret for different reasons rather than the raid. But I built my flagship with the tokens from the deal. And now I have to refit my hull because of the new parts that come out, and I put parts on that now need to be refitted. So
yeah, I imagine there's quite a few people who got the deal and they were happy when they got the deal, and now they're pissed off because all those tokens they just got done spending, they have to refit half the shit they put on there.
Yeah, so the raid it was undoable. I did most of my raid at the start with manticores hitting 60s, and that's not something that I enjoy. I just did it on auto. Hardly got any points for it, and it was pretty disheartening to see that you can, as a level 125, to be downgraded to hit 60s. If that deal wouldn't have come up, I would have not worried about the raid. I wasn't in the same position as most of you guys with a 4.5 million point that you had to get something you didn't want, because I didn't have the rock ring Saturn yet. I got that with the points, and that's all I got. I got the Saturn, and that was it. I couldn't hit any. I could hit hundreds, but it didn't fare well for me. I could barely hit 80 set with the lead, with the rock ring, and 3 fully built Saturns. So I'm not willing to. Yeah, that's not on. It was just way too hard. It was the, I can remember back at the Scourge raid. It was even worse than that, I think. Yeah, not happy about the raid, but it's done now. The deal, it sort of sweetened it, but like I said, for other reasons than the raid, I now feel I should have not paid the $20. But what's done is done. The milk is spilled, and we go on.
Something I found interesting too was there something got said on Discord. I forget exactly how it was worded. RB, you probably remember better than I do. When they were saying about how the fall off of players, they don't find it concerning, isn't they? Didn't they say something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So like I would like to know. Well, they're like, I don't know. There's two things. Either number one, they are totally not paying any attention to anything, because I know I can speak for myself, and you guys can tell me your thoughts on what you've seen. I see people dropping off left and right. I mean, it's like they're dropping like crazy. And it's not your non-coiners. It's people who are your high mids and upper coiners that have now just had enough.
You're right. Their matrix is done by CNN. I mean, that's the only reasonable explanation when they say that. Who does their sheet? I mean, who does the numbers here? Because we consolidated down to this many sectors, and now look at the game. I'm in game all day long. I can see the numbers dropping off. I don't think they are in the game all day long. So who's telling them these fake numbers? And how are they getting them? That's actually, how are they getting them? I don't know.
Well, I don't think that they got fake numbers. I just don't think they want to tell us what really happens, because you can see, it was plain as it was plain as day. You looked at the leaderboards. It was just the drop off from first to last was never as big as what it was this time. So there's a fall off in players already playing, and it's how much they spend, and then you've got high level players, as you said, quitting because of all this bullshit that's going on. So yeah, they're just not telling us. They know the numbers, but they're just not telling us.
Well, and Carl brought up what was my second point that I was going to make. It's like, okay, if the drop-offs that we're all seeing, and these drop-offs are significant, if these drop-offs are not concerning you, then it sounds almost to me like you just kind of don't care about the game anymore. And if it goes belly up, you don't really give a shit.
Now, I just as a business owner myself in the past, that I always wanted to increase my customers. I was worried if one customer left. As a matter of fact, I was always concerned if I wasn't always on the increasing customers. I don't know. It's just, but it's run differently than how I run things. So it's not for me to say, but for them to say that they're not concerned is disheartening, because I'm concerned. So I guess I won't be so concerned. Is my way of looking at it. If they're not, I won't be either.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much like they had planned and knew that this massive number was going to drop off, and they just don't seem to care. RB, were you trying to say something there?
Yeah, I was just agreeing with Ross completely that there's no point in being concerned if they're not. However, I would say, though, that while I was more than happy to share that, we don't know exactly where in Discord that came from. And I would be sure that it's not the general part of Discord, because you can imagine the reaction that would have been if that had been in general chat. So I've got a feeling that it's one of these,
right. It was taken out of context, possibly, in for sure.
I don't know about out of context, but out of place.
No, I'm pretty sure that was actually in general chat, because it was in a thing where he responded to like 3 different people all at one time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was it was in response just the other day in Discord general chat.
Okay.
In response to that. So it did make it to general chat.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, it's, if that's the attitude, there's no point in getting hung up about it. I think
Right.
that's where I am. So it's like I'm not going to be, trying not to complain because there's just no point. So there you go.
Oh, but they are worried. I kid you not, because if you are not worried about the drop off, why put out a deal that they put out? I've not been in the game as long as some of you guys. I'm probably come in a year or just under a year late before it started, but I've never seen a deal as good as the one that they had to bring out in the middle of the raid because no one was playing the thing. It's just as simple as that. You don't do that if everything's going well.
Yeah, true.
But that's them being concerned about their dollar amount. That's not them being concerned about the player amount.
Yeah.
Right. That was concerned about getting that coin.
And unfortunately, they don't stop to realize that player amount and dollar amount directly affect one another. Like, I guess that's too common sense for California thinking, I guess.
Yeah. I just think.
Sorry, any viewers are in California, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
So, I don't know. But, yeah, so, I don't know.
It was a good deal.
Candy Apple saying they released deals when the show started. They're even cheaper than last week. Let's log into the game real quick and see what's in there.
I mean, if anything, probably that deal has taken a lot of pressure off of me as from what I felt. So I'm,
Don't you feel a little pissed off, though, that now all the specials and engines and everything that you use those tokens to put on, that you now have to go back and refit already?
Yeah, but at the same time, because I did do that, I've got time to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is the same as last time. It's probably at a faster rate than last time, but this is the same as last time. That they just have escalation specials and weapons all the time. So, and to be honest, looking at the Nemesis, I think I can get away with only doing some of them. So there's not an awful, I don't feel compelled to change every single thing about them. And I've now got time to do that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Anyone with a Saturn has just got straight up the backside. If you didn't pick the Nemesis, then you're going to have an expensive raid. And I don't think whether autoing is really a viable option either, because of the way the game has been reset and changed and whatnot. So, just my opinion.
Yeah, there's 30 upgrade kits for $1.99. There's all sorts of stuff in here.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely nothing that's as good as that $20 one, though.
No.
All right, but anyway, that's enough for raid wrap up. Let me just screen the slides. All right, so let's talk about the new features that hit this week. First, we had the Tier 8 component retrofits. Those great things that used to take 24 hours, and now they take 3 days. Isn't that wonderful, guys? Aren't you happy about that? Isn't that players first?
Yep, that's awesome.
So we had the Tier 8 offensive stuff, which was the cannons and the launchers. They can go from 1% damage up to 10%. Then you got the siege batteries, which is the radioactive battery, the ballistic battery, and the lower cannon mount 2. They put all your building and wall damage from 1% up to 10%. And then your tactical stuff, which is your welded barrel system, your insulated charge capacitors, your high velocity rounds, your high pressure piping. Why high velocity rounds, which is tier 6, I think has been out forever, has now been included with the tier 8 stuff. I'm not sure, but it gives you an extra 1% up to an extra 10% on damage and reload for the radioactive. So there you go. Oh, plus projectile speed. My bad.
Yeah.
Now the high velocity rounds, they were there before. Now, has that the build time, has that gone up, or has it stayed the same? Does anybody know that?
I don't think build time would have
No, I don't. Right. Should be the same.
Okay. No, I'm just thinking because it's gone from a lower tier to a higher tier, may have gone up. Yeah, the build time may have gone up as well.
No, it didn't actually change higher tiers. They just put it in a different group for retrofitting. The weapon itself is still at the same tier.
Okay, no worries.
The special itself.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of really weird how it got lumped in with all the tier 8 crap.
Right.
But anyway, let's see. Content changes, PvE and PvP siloing. So yeah, they're like supposedly totally split again. You can't launch fleets that are containing a mix of both onto the world map or put them into combat. So
Correct. Right.
The April balance changes. Everybody loves all this stuff. So basically what they're doing, although a lot of this has actually been delayed now because they're reassessing this. Because like the resonance capacitor and the resonance battery stuff that was supposed to come out in the 9.17, they've actually said now that they're pushing that back because apparently they got a bunch of pushback on that. So I think they're rethinking whether they're going to do that or not. So breacher countermeasures have had their accuracy decreased from 150% to 65%. Yeah, that's not a nerf at all, huh?
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean that's over half. That's crazy. Hey, but on the bright side, the accuracy bonus from being still applies. They went back and nerfed the Visago's Pride, the King's Writ, the Harlock's Revenge and Revenge. All those supposedly their damage buff was way too high, so they've cut them way down. Like the the Visago Pride, the aura went from plus 250% on the aura damage to down to 50%. Yeah, wow. The King's Writ concussive damage bonus went from 225 to 125, and the concussive damage bonus from on the Harlock Revenge went to 315 down to 115. So there you go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did all this get missed?
They didn't get missed.
They didn't get missed. That's the thing. Like, they trying to say this was overlooked during the refactor. Blah. No, it wasn't overlooked. It wasn't an oversight. It was pointed out to them on the test server. They just chose not to do anything about it.
And I'm actually I'm nailed on this one. I used that the Visago in my base card, and so I'm screwed, and I use the app. Actually, I have other things on this list in my base card as well. So I'm screwed on that too, because that part where they says will compensate you is that's apparently from the same people as gives them their stats on how many people play, because I haven't received a cent, and I have the Visago in my guard, so I call nonsense. I mean, they didn't overlook it. They're not fulfilling it. They didn't compensate either. It said right there, compensation. I didn't get any.
Well, and they continue to, like, the people who would be using these at their appropriate level for what they were intended to be are like, they're absolute garbage for those people now.
Yeah, for it's coming up in the ranks where they're intended for. Yeah, but they weren't exactly like you said. They weren't oversaw. Some of these were pointed out. I'm not sure about all of them, but I know some of them were. So just wait till everybody builds them, I guess, and then nerf them. Quarterly.
It feels like, you know, people are, certain groups of people are going out and looking deliberately to exploit whatever exploitable thing there is, and then once they're all getting killed by that exploitable thing because they're all exploiting it, that they complain about it and get it changed. Is that what I'm feeling?
Yeah, exactly. There's certain people that figure out this stuff is really effective, and they're fine when they're the only people that know. But as then it gets out into the rest of the public, then they suddenly have a problem with it, and then they point it out, and that all now needs to be fixed.
Yeah, which then the trickle down affects everybody else.
So yeah.
Okay.
Also, the Thunderlord has been nerfed. You know, the one of the heavy weapon turrets that we got not that long ago. The projectile speed are now 20% slower, and the minimum range has gone from 250 to 300. Yeah, because that donut hole wasn't near fucking big enough in the first place.
It makes it, honestly, it's now useless. It's almost a useless turret. It's a very hard turret to place and make any sense of it now. 300 is the minimum. That's silliness.
Yeah. The Tempest is getting nerfed yet again. They said it was a little stronger than they wanted it to be, so they've decreased the damage. They're going to decrease the damage from 800,000 to 600,000, and they're going to lose 10% accuracy on it as well.
Man.
So yeah, I don't know. I'd love to know who's testing this stuff that it has to be nerfed this fucking fast after it comes out. You know. I don't know.
Obviously, no one.
No, it wasn't apparently.
Well, I know they run PvP test servers. All I can say is the guys who are on them aren't very good at testing this crap.
I mean,
go ahead.
I had for my level of play, not for my level of number in Battle Pirates, but for the way I play, my base was it was probably above average, I would say. Some people cracked it, some didn't, but now I got driven through by one howler. So yeah, well done, Kicks.
Yeah, Piranha depth charges, apparently they weren't dealing damage to submerged targets before, now they are. So that's cool. The Death Rattle rockets, you know, they've been out for what, like 3 weeks now, maybe?
They were over, yeah.
So yeah, they were overlooked in tuning for the defense update. So basically, they're getting nerfed. They're going from 78,000 down to 54,600. So there you go.
Thanks for nerfing the other part of my guard, by the way.
All right. And last but not least, additionally, the refit tax removal period has ended, and it will be re-enabled as part of this update. Although from what I've been hearing, and I haven't followed up on it myself because my shipper has been busy since then, but some people are saying that the refit tax has actually now gone up as opposed to what it was before.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know. My shipyard's just been busy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance to check into it, but I saw like a couple people on Discord saying it, like yesterday or the day before.
It's interesting, just going back to that Piranha depth charge, I saw a lot of posts of, you know, people that had put tickets in and then got all these responses that it was just a visual glitch, it was just a visual glitch, and it's like, well, now they fixed it, so...
They fixed the visual glitch.
Yeah, I mean, I would think the visual glitch would cause the effect of whether my enemy's health was going down or not. You know, I mean that's pretty fucking obvious. But that's not a visual glitch. If my enemy's health bar is not fucking moving.
And then you put it actually in the briefing to say that you fixed that supposed visual glitch.
Yeah,
Actually now works. So there you go. I thought that was an interesting one.
yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know. I read these notes and I just shake my head.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, yeah, it's pretty much everything's been nerfed, pretty much. So there you go. But hey, we got some new Forsaken mission. And like why we started doing this thing about saying when each cycle starts and ends, I'm not sure, but whatever.
Right.
Well, it's been going for a while now.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like literally nothing has changed, so I'm not sure why we have to point out each individual cycle now. But Alloy Armor Com 4. Take it away, RB.
Sure. So this is Draconian tech, and it's armor that's been designed for your assault targets, providing additional protection from missile and corrosive weapons. Tier 8, obviously. Armor weight's 12%, and it's the dual one, so it's got 12-21 corrosive survival and 12-21 penetrating survival. So that's replacing the, I don't know, whatever it is. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but
The Com 3.
one. Com 3, there you go.
I know I get the Com. I want to say I don't think there's 1 and 2. I think there's just the one version.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, so
I don't use this one.
It'll be interesting to see if the high numbers mean anything, considering it didn't seem like the numbers on the armor meant anything. So,
yeah.
Then Brock, you want to do the 2 engines?
Yeah, I can. We got the penetrative sync drive on this one here. It's a Draconian cold fusion battery. Basically, it's an engine. So its total weight is 14%. What this is going to add penetrative survival of 1,221. Also adds 15% evade bonus. The bonus combat speed on this one's 95%. It also boosts turn speed 150%, map speed 95%.
And this is a limited item, and you can only claim 2 per week. But at least you'll be able to claim, so you'll be able to claim 6 by the next raid. So at least you'll be able to claim enough of this to do your entire fleet if you so choose.
And this is its counterpart, the corrosive sync drive. And so this one here is the same total weight, 14%. The same corrosive survival as 1221. Evade bonus on this is 15%. Combat speed's 95%. Turn speed 150. Map speed 95 also.
Yeah, so everything is literally the same except one has penetrative survival and the other one has corrosive survival.
And I gotta say, I like the artwork. I mean, I like the artwork on these. This makes sense. It looks like an engine. There we go. It's easy for me to look at, see when I'm scanning for it. That's an engine.
Why didn't they call it a V12
though? Yeah, but you know what I mean. I like the artwork actually. Though I'm pleased with this.
I'm also kind of curious why everything's at 1221 survival. Why that's the magic number? Because that's the same survival as the special.
It's a magic number. It's magic, man. You didn't know that?
Well, apparently.
No, I'm sure I would imagine maybe it ends up when you convert it to the survivability percentage. It probably comes out to some maybe even number in percentage, maybe. I don't know. Because I still don't understand that magical formula, how this number equates to a percentage number. You know, I still don't understand that part. But I don't know. I don't even know that I care anymore.
But the embedded fleet, that's gone. The embedded fleet tracking technology, is that the ability of that engine to keep everything at the slowest, keep the whole fleet at the slowest speed?
I guess so.
Because once you put this on, it doesn't matter how fast any of the ships go; it'll go only as fast as the slowest speed.
Yeah, and that is
So just
that's actually in a way kind of a nice thing.
yeah,
Because I know that was something I had kind of gotten used to, that we had been having all the time, all our fleets matching speeds no matter what was on them. So it's kind of nice to see that. I mean, it's shitty that we have to like get a whole different special for it to happen, but it's nice to see that it's back again.
yeah, I like it also.
It'd be nice the other way around, though. If you just had one, or if the ship would match the fastest in this fleet.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be good. You wouldn't put any engines on the others, would you?
Well, right. No.
So cool. And then we have the old Generico, which is this one's in tier 4, right? Or tier 3?
Yeah.
I can't remember one of them tiers. That's the lower tier. And this is just a generic one. Toxic, you want to do this one?
Yeah, it's the assault engine, and it diverts extra energy to boost missile launch modules. So it has a total weight of plus 14, so it's not that bad, I guess. It's got a plus 10 penetrating damage and projectile speed. The penetrating survival is lower than the previous engine. It's only 711. Well, 711, not 711. And the movement is also a little bit less. It's got a combat speed of 70, turn speed of 120, and a map speed of 75. So it is a little bit less than even the what's it called? The other engine, the penetrative engine or whatever it was. The
strike
Yeah.
system.
Strike system, that's the one. Yeah, I think it's a little bit less. I think strike system had 75 or 78 or something from memory.
Yeah, so you'd be giving up a little bit of combat speed, but you'd be picking up the extra projectile
Damage.
speed. Actually,
Damage and
no,
projectile speed.
the strike system has projectile speed too, right?
Yeah.
It does? I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, so you'd only be picking up really 10% of combat
Damage.
speed. But I think you'd lose projectile speed and combat speed. So I don't know if this is worth it.
Hmm.
I don't think it is.
Just 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have the other one, this might be the one to go. If it's if you can get that.
I mean, it turns like a motherfucker though. 120% turn speed is pretty good.
That's probably its saving grace, to be quite honest, because
It's just not tier.
it's pretty slow, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just not tier 8 quality. I mean, and let's be honest. It's not right.
And even though it's called the assault engine, you can put it on anything. It's not just limited to the assault tier of ships. Yeah.
Yep.
I got one quick question. With the engines, the previous engines, the corrosive sink drive doesn't seem to be limited.
Well, it is. They're both.
It is?
Yeah. It just
Okay.
probably got cut off at the bottom of the thing. Or they
Okay.
forgot to include it, but they're both limited.
They're both limited.
Yeah, you can only claim 2 of each per week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Then we have the campaigns. Ross, you want to do the first one here?
Well, the Deathly Visage campaign. Now it started Wednesday, April 17th. It's going to run to the next Wednesday, the 24th, and both at noon. And this one's to earn the Basilisk. I can't ever say that hull correctly. However, and the weapons upgrades for it. With the Deathly Visage campaign, bring your legendary Eradicator and then Strike fleets out to earn the prizes to level up your PvP arsenal.
I just want to insert something here real quick. Did anybody else notice that the Basilisk now has the ability to spot subs on the world map?
I just did today. I found that out today. I mean, I haven't used it, but
I just thought that was weird. They threw it on there, but didn't say anything anywhere about it.
Right. No, but I said the players noticed it instead of. I didn't see an announcement. I saw an announcement by a player. Right.
That's interesting.
It'll be an oversight.
And so that does, if it, by the way, so if you put your basilisk in the first slot, you can see subs to attack the Conqueror sub on the world map. That's how it is.
So it basically replaces the Tide Seeker, yeah?
In fact,
Yeah,
yeah.
the PvP that currently had no world map sub spotter, but Glut still had their, Phantom Glut flagship. So I guess they figured that was a little bit unfair.
Right. So there was nothing that could hit a Glut fleet before this change.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
Well, okay, so we're going to start off, and then prize pack 1, you're going to earn the Medusa missile, the medium basilisk, the VXP token, and the hull upgrade kit times 10. Also, the hull upgrade token times 1. Now in prize pack 2, you're going to get the Dark Cloud mortar, the medium VXP token times 1, the hull upgrade kit times 30, and 1 day hull upgrade token times 1. Prize pack 3, you're going to pick up the hull times 1, the medium VXP token times 2, and the hull upgrade kit, it's times 40. So, and then the 1 day basilisk hull upgrade token times 1 again. And then when you hit the mastery prize, you can do it 3 times. Each time you're going to go through, you'll pick up the medium basilisk VXP token times 2, the hull upgrade kit times 40, and 1 day hull upgrade token times 1. So that, again, you can do that 3 times.
Oh, breaking news. They're adding some more TLCs on Friday because apparently the 5 that we have now isn't enough. There's going to be a TLC, a chance for you to get upgrade tokens for either your Manicores or your Proto Apollos, because Proto Apollos, those are great. For the Manicore ones, you're going to have in prize pack 1, you'll have, what the hell? Hang on a second. I'm going to screen share this because this just seems crazy. Okay, yeah, I guess it's for all the assault hulls. I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me get my screen reset up here. All right, can you guys see?
We can. I can.
All right, so it's called Assault Break. You're going to use your Manicores and your Proto Apollos for upgrades for the Assault Hull. So in Prize Pack 1, you're going to get Manicore Hull upgrade kits. You're going to get, times 4 and then times 10 for the Makara. And then you're going to get 1 day Manicore upgrade token times 2. Then you'll get more kits. You'll get 120 for the regular ones in Prize Pack 2, and 40 for the flag in Prize Pack 2, and then you'll get 2 days worth of Manicore upgrade tokens. And then in Prize Pack 3, you'll get 240 for the regular Manis. You'll get 80 for the flagship. You'll get 4 regular Mani upgrade tokens, and you'll get 2 days worth of Makara Manicore upgrade tokens and a 1 day Manicore build token. And then the Mastery Pack, you'll be able to get kits for your Nemesis X or your Saturn, and you'll be able to get 1 day's worth of tokens there for each of those, and you'll also get a Calypso Scattergun, and then really weird, you get a 1 day Manicore build token in that last one, even though everything else is for the Nemesis X and the Saturn. I would have thought that would have been a 1 day, tier 8 assault token or whatever, but whatever. And then you got the Test of Courage, where you can take out your Nemesis X and the Saturn fleets if you didn't get enough of them poop pounding in during the raid. You can now take them out and get some Saturn upgrade kits or Nemesis upgrade kits, and you can also get them for the flag here. I think this is the first time we've seen the upgrade kits for the flag. Yeah.
In a TLC, yes, I think so.
Did they have upgrade kits for the flag in the raid? I thought they just had the regular ones in the raid.
I don't know. I must have had them from somewhere because no, they did have them in the raid.
Did they? I thought they only had the regular ones in the raid.
I think they had both.
Yeah, sorry. I believe they had both because I ended up with some too.
Okay.
And I didn't buy them.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I didn't really pay any attention to any of that stuff that was probably locked up in the tier that I wasn't going to farm 4.5 million points on a flagship I was never going to build for.
The one thing that really concerns me about this is that there's no way to see how many upgrade kits you've got. So we've got a special tab. Let's just use it, please. It's like this is a lot of upgrade tokens, and you've got no way of knowing whether you're actually getting them or not, or whatever. And I think that that's really shady, as Ross likes to say. It's like, you know, every other thing in this game, we've got a way of seeing how many we've got, and this concerns me.
You know, it seems like the past couple months it would be easier to list off the things they did that weren't shady.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying not to be negative. But
well, it's not. If you're telling the truth, it's not being negative. It's telling the truth.
Yeah, but I'm getting tired of listening to myself. But we really need a way of seeing exactly how many we've got. This is significant build time in shipyards that are already chock-a-block, and we need to be able to plan. If you want us to use these and you want us to win them, we've got to have a way to see how many we've got. That's all I'm going to say about it.
All right, you can do the lurker below then.
Sweet, why not? So this one runs from the same time, the 17th to the 24th. So this is for the people who don't have lurkers yet, or want the upgrades and all that sort of thing. So this is Bat Rays and Razortail fleets. So your prize pack 1 is Abyssal Torpedoes and Medium Lurker VXP token ×1. The second one is the Piranha Depth Charge 4, which is actually worth getting now because it works. The Concussive Upgrade and Medium Lurker VXP tokens ×2. Pack 3 is the Lurker Limited Blueprint ×1. Okay. I get it. Sorry. So you're getting the torpedoes and then you're getting the Lurker after that. More VXP tokens and then a 1-day build token, and then the Mastery Pack, which you can do 3 times. You get more VXP tokens and 1-day Lurker build tokens ×2. So you'd end up with, what, 7 Lurker tokens.
I don't think you're sharing. It's just you have
Yeah,
to highlight. Now you are, yeah.
It's been sharing the whole time.
Yep.
I looked on the YouTubes.
Oh, cool. I couldn't see it, that's all.
Yeah, it's been sharing the whole time. So yeah, if I recall, I want to say I think this campaign was fairly difficult, if I recall, from the last time it was out. Does anybody else remember?
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. And this was the one that was broken because the ships weren't moving like they normally did the first time, but the damage was still the same. Do you remember that, Damnation?
I'm sorry, what?
So you know how however many updates ago, they broke the the way that the fleets interacted. So the drones.
Yeah. So you could only you could enter.
Yeah.
You could actually activate only 1 or 2 boats at a time.
That's right. Yeah, but we found that the damage was still the same, which was still pretty high. So.
Yeah. Now I would say for me it was definitely the same, but I was also using Razor Tails. Some people who were using Bat Rays might have been able to do it for less damage by only activating 1 or 2 at a time.
The other thing about this, it would actually be interesting to see how our hulls perform now that the defense updates been done. It's like because these older TLCs, you're not going to get the same results because your ships would be worse.
Yeah, it could go either way because like it seems like on map targets, it seems like Bat Rays and Razor Tails are performing better, but in SSRPs, they're definitely performing worse.
Yeah.
We'll probably go either way on the TLC. I haven't done it yet. I honestly have no intentions of doing it. Like, I honestly don't intend to do any of the TLCs that they have out this week. We got the Beyond the Breach campaign. This is just, I'm going to just be real short and sweet and to the point. This is where you can get upgrade kits and upgrade tokens for your breachers. So there you go. That's what's in here. You're going to want to use your Bat Rays or your Razor Tails again for this one. So yeah, your Bat Rays and Razor Tails are going to get a workout this week.
That they are. And that's assuming that you've got them all ranked and you haven't killed them for VXP.
Yeah. Then you got the End of the Breach campaign. This is where you can actually get the Breacher if you don't already have it. Prize pack 1, you'll get the Arbalist and some BXP tokens. And prize pack 2, you'll get the Scattergun and you'll get some BXP tokens. And prize pack 3, you'll actually get the Dreadnought itself. And then you'll get some BXP tokens and 1 day Breacher Dreadnought build token. And then you have the Mastery round that you can do 3 times. You'll get some VXP tokens and some a total of 6 days worth of Breacher Dreadnought build tokens if you do the whole thing. So there you go.
These are also the ones where you're getting pointless VXP tokens as well if you've already got these polls, by the way.
Yep. And hey, guess what? That's another one where you're using your Bat Rays and your Razor Tails. So there's 3. Toxic, you want to do the Titan Rising one?
Not a problem. You need your mega ship for that one.
There is Bat Rays and Razor Tails for this?
No, not this one. So
typo.
That's when you repair them, you see. And while they're repairing, you do this one. There is 4 prize packs, and the first one you get your Congreve rocket module, your Pyro engine module, and 6-hour mega class tokens. Prize pack 2, you get the missile strike drone module, the drone bridge, and another 6-hour mega class tokens. Prize pack 3, you get the Exocet missile, and 3 6-hour mega class tokens. And in the last prize pack, number 4, you get the rocket strike drone module, and you get another 3 6-hour mega class tokens, so you can build these modules.
Now, if I recall correctly, you get 18 of these tokens, but you can only hold 15. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, you have to use some midway through.
Yeah, so pretty much, on all of these TLCs, always keep an eye out on your tokens because apparently it's really difficult to make the limit what you can actually get in the fucking TLC. Apparently that's really hard.
No, hang on.
You can hold 18. You can hold 18.
You can hold 18, yeah.
I could have swore the last time I had to spend some before I could get them all, unless I had some extras.
I did, so I must have had some in my stock.
Yeah, you must have had some already there.
Excellent.
Yeah, no.
Or they raised the limit.
Yeah, possibly. Well, they might have, to be honest.
Maybe us saying that over the past 3 years has finally gotten through to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, it should always be that way. We should never ever have to look. I should be able to, if I start the TLC and had no tokens, I should be able to do the whole thing and hold whatever's left at the end and hold everything.
I agree.
So, whatever.
Personally, I'd like to see some of the other mega campaigns that have been, ignored instead of this one, because I think by now everyone's done this one and there's actually no point to it. So, there are other mega campaigns that are already just sitting there that would probably be more useful.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been a mega person, but there are all those other mega campaigns.
Yeah, but haven't they all been like different variations of getting these same prizes for the most part, though?
I
No,
think so.
no. The
No.
last one we had was the one where we had to use normal
Well,
hulls. I think
no,
you had to use siege hulls or something.
I understand that, but he's talking about the ones that are just for that you use your megas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they've all been variations of getting these same prizes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not like we have a real vast array of things to put on our megas other than like the ones that just came out for the siege stuff. Now they did have the one where you could you would actually get the materials for your mega, so you could go through and get like like the special materials that you use to craft this stuff and upgrade it. They did have a DLC for that at one point, if I recall correctly.
There was a TLC for some new items like my gosh, what the countermeasure or something like that, but they didn't work. And you couldn't even.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you couldn't put them on your mega ship, so no one has them on there. So they put out this campaign to earn it, and everybody earned them, including myself. And then I go to install them, and it doesn't work. You can't install them because they didn't test that one. So
that was the one you had to use a normal fleet for. You couldn't use the mega for that, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just know I have one that you can't use. It's pretty cool.
So I guess
pretty cool.
I guess for those 3 people out there that are still building, who still decide to build a mega and haven't done this like 17 times yet, I guess this is for them. And I mean, I guess even for some of the people who have their megas currently, if they want the tokens, they can do that.
I did it again because when you have a large mega, it does no damage, and so you get a little. So at least some tokens.
I gave up on my mega. Like nothing. There's nothing I can do with it. Once they limited the whole how many golden nexuses were out during bounty, any chance of me ever using my mega went out the fucking window. So there's no point in me even working on it. April VXP weekend starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. kicks time and goes, of course, till Monday 9 a.m. kicks time. Guess what? That's where you go rank out your holes by hitting the VXP targets and the robot raiders. So there you go. So for the people who were trying to rank their Saturns and Nemesis on cargoes earlier this week, yeah, you found out what a fruitless endeavor that was. So hopefully you're going to get tons and tons of EXP in these targets, because it's going to take tons and tons and tons of EXP to rank your holes.
And of course, they can't mix now, so you're going to send them in class by class.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's really going to suck for ranking weekend.
Oh yeah. Well, another crew needed.
It's really going to suck. Yes.
I don't know.
No more putting conquerors to protect your fleets and everything. Because remember oh man, that's going to sound so negative, but remember how there was that thing that said, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness.
That's because you're too worried about whether you sound negative or not. I think you should be
oh, man, that
worried about telling the truth, dude. That's all you got to worry about.
Yeah, what sort of an Aussie are you?
A nice one.
Okay. I need to think calm thoughts.
But I mean, even opposed to just using your Conqueror as a tank or whatever. Like for me, I wasn't even that. It was just like, oh, I have these 2 PvE holes that need to be ranked, and these 3 Conqueror holes that need to be ranked. I can throw them on the same fleet and go at the same target at the same time. Now I can't do it anymore.
with one crew.
Yeah.
So what happened to that line about how suiciding fleets in VXP is so unsatisfying and we really don't want you to do that? What happened to that?
Yeah, I remember that line. That sounds familiar.
I think I'm going to have an embolism.
Not live. Oh yeah, well, do it
Well,
live.
I mean, if you're going to do it, you may as well do it properly.
You imagined that.
No. That was said. I remember that. That was on one of the shows. Yeah.
No, it wasn't on one of the shows. It's out there in bloody Wrong Thinkers.
Yeah. But it was said on
Trial.
one of the shows. Yeah, on one of your shows. I don't know how long ago now, but it was said.
It's rough.
All right.
I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, VXP weekend starts tomorrow. Same as every other VXP weekend. Nothing special. Bug fixes. Mega hulls cannot build missile strike during module or rocket strike during modules for a while, I guess.
Oh, that one. See, that was the one I was talking about.
Okay, well, apparently they fixed it. Low-level cargoes having too much health. That was kind of funny. There was, people going out and like, that was just hilarious. Let's see. Each prize pop up from pairs well with in an event or FM has to be closed individually. Apparently, they got rid of that. Using VXP tokens button was enabled whenever you didn't have any VXP tokens, and apparently they fixed that. Of course, my favorite: general bug fixes and performance improvements. And last but not least, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I hadn't had that problem with the pop-up.
Yeah, me either, but I guess some people did. So.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
And funny picture that I grabbed off Discord. Apparently, there was a level 6 and level 7 prize pool for the FM that accidentally showed up this week. So they said it's not supposed to be there, but guess what, guys? That may be an indication of things to come.
It is an indication of things to come.
Yes, they don't have it there if you don't have. Jeez.
That's right.
Get your favorite donut cushion to sit on. So
there
you go, people.
Tragic. It was
Maybe
a
visual glitch, and I'm not actually seeing that.
Yeah.
It'll be in the bug fixes next week.
I would assume all our tokens will be moved up, by 2 levels. So the tokens we get in prize pool 5 now will eventually be in prize pool 7. So there's something to look forward to.
Okay.
Because it's not like they're going to add more tokens.
Now, while we're at the FM, has anybody in Pirate Land noticed that the damage has gone up? I thought it did.
Well,
but
for
then
me,
I get runs where I auto it, and it's normally about half hour, 40 minutes. But I did an auto before, and it was like an hour and a half or almost 2 hours for one run. And then the next run, it was back down to 45, 50 minutes. So it's gone up a lot, and then it's just gone up a little bit. So I was just wondering whether it's just me or whether it's across the board.
Mine's up. It's the lower cannon mount that's causing my issue, I guess.
You better not have lower cannon mount on your FM fleet. Otherwise, you build it way wrong. Lowered
explosive mount. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And yeah, I'm not taking that. And for some reason, I'm just not killing the walls and the targets the same pattern that I've always done. It's changed when I'm driving, and so I did go to the auto, but I noticed, then I get a great damage increase this week.
Mine's sort of stayed the same. Sometimes I get a little bit of variance, and sometimes I don't. But I drive. I don't auto. So it doesn't surprise me that you're getting change in times on auto.
I auto like I always have. It seems roughly the same to me. I mean, it might be a little bit more, but there again, I don't look at damage per individual battle. I just look at my repair time when I'm done. Going as far as I'm going to go. It might be overall. It might be a little bit more damage, but it's not enough that I was like, "Holy crap!"
Oh, mine's holy crap.
Yeah, same here.
Mine's holy crap mode.
I got 5.4 million points, and I've got 9.5 hours repair, and I never had that much repair before.
See, I don't think it's the lowered explosive mounts though, because mine have lowered explosive mounts. So
Yeah,
and I haven't really seen that huge increase.
Well, that was the only guess because I mean, that was just my guess, but because I don't have, but yeah, my damage is way up, and I'm not taking the walls down like I did last week. Not even close. There's a huge change, so it's not something that's it's like a little bit of a change or a little bit of damage for me. It's a great increase. So there was some big change.
Yeah, I think they keep on fiddling around with the walls because, like, we've had this happen time and time again. If I can get my mouth to work, that when they first came out, they were really rough, and then they toned them down, and then they've gone back up again, and it always seems to be around the walls being the issue. So maybe they're still twiddling around with those. I don't know.
And I mean, you would think if one note would ever go from team to team to team to team to team, probably the biggest note would be don't fuck with the FM. Things never go well when you fuck with the FM.
Yeah. And we've also got the double whammy because your ships have changed now significantly as well. So it doesn't take, much to affect the other one, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah.
Well, and you almost had the 120 removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. They had talked about that, and that didn't last very long until Golden Doodle was like, never mind, scratch that. We're not getting rid of the 120.
But that's to make what makes me just sad. I mean, honestly, not mad or anything, but just sad to make me think that that's on their mind. That their mind is not, let's fix this game. Let's get more people enthused about this game. No, it's honest to God about let's pull another tooth out and stick it to them on the FM. And that's truly it. That's what they're planning on doing next.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're sticking it to us everywhere they can right now. It's not just the FM. They're sticking it to us fucking everywhere at the moment.
So that is the mentality right now. It's pull teeth. So that's where they're coming from.
I definitely, the longer we have Wrong Thinker in charge of the direction of the game, the more I understand why War Commander was so happy to get rid of him.
I can't say I'm saying I don't know who to blame. I'm not sticking it on one person myself. But I'm having game issues for sure. And heck, it's not even fun. So, better do something.
No, I'll stick it all on one person, man. Shit rolls uphill. He's the lead guy.
I heard that one.
I heard that one too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm making French fry. Leave me alone.
Anybody out there?
It's just the way it goes. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So we are sad and War Commander are happy. So you can't have the cake.
I don't know if they're exactly happy.
That was good.
I think Carl has a great idea. We should send Wrong Thinker over to Kingdom Maker.
Well, maybe that's his next stop. Let's hope. Because the app's still not working. And it's such a shame. Was it such an awesome tool? You can do all sorts of things in that app, or you could. And now they're just broken it.
Well,
Some
the problem is there are 3 people who know how to do mobile programming are all working on the Kingdom Maker games. So they ain't got time to fix the BP app.
yeah, it's such a shame.
Yeah, it's strange, but Golden Doodle definitely said that they were going to do something with it. So I guess they'll just, do it when they do it.
Yeah, we'll see. Anybody else got anything else they want to talk about before I pull the plug on this?
Not really. I'm still reeling over the VXP issue, to be quite honest. So
Why can't we have the remove tax removed for good? Why does it have to end? What the hell? Give us a little bit of happiness in this game. Why remove everything? Why would just, yeah? It was a small token that wouldn't have really hurt anyone at Kixeye. I mean, I don't think he'd make millions from removing things. So why not leave it? It's a stupid thing anyway.
I want to know what happened to if the only reason something is in the game is to make money off of it. We don't want it. Whatever happened to that philosophy? That was just a few months ago that was stated. Boy, it sure has been anything but that since then.
agreed.
I don't know, but the rates are going soon. There won't be a game to stress me out like this anymore. So there you go.
Yeah, just my guitar playing's it improved drastically since Wrong Thinker come to this game. That's all I have to say.
I mean, they have to notice. They have because like even Discord is not near as active as what it used to be. Like the past, like a week ago, it was even way more active than what it is now. And now, you'll get on there and you'll see like, if you scroll up the page, you'll see like maybe 5 different people chatting back and forth where you would used to see like, a bunch more people than that talking. So even Discord is just like nobody seems to give a fuck anymore, including the people that work there.
Well,
you can only
that because there'd be less work.
You can only bang your head against the wall so many times, I mean, it's every show from way back from the BV show. It was just the same things were said, lower repair times, lower build times. But it's not. Some come in, then things get changed and swapped around, and it looks like it's a little bit less, but then it creeps up behind the scene somewhere, and then bang, it all goes up again. Then the next lot come in, and they do the same thing, and then it just ends up, it's like a diet.
Yeah, but
you lose 20 pounds,
with
and
this
then
team,
you gain 25.
With this team, it's never gone down though. Never.
No, not this one. But I'm just saying it's sort of a trend that it just keeps going up.
So I don't know. I'm pulling it. Thanks guys for coming out and watching. As always, we appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Well, I guess they're both the same thing, aren't they, huh? Well, don't forget to subscribe. And send your friends to the page if you haven't already. I'll put a link for an after show over here in chat in a minute. And until Saturday, we will talk to you then. Sure, we'll have a couple different people on. That'll have maybe a couple different viewpoints than ours, or the same viewpoints and just different ways to say them. One of the two. All right, later, peoples.
See y'all.
Good night.
Hasta luego, muchachos.